Hey, this is Rock. Welcome, Group Therapy. I said doing your VoD review from this week. Looks like Bird has suggested you guys had a fun Cursed Hollow game. So we'll be reviewing Cursed Hollow here. So if you're new here, what I'd like to do is go through win conditions to start. I usually follow around the tank as a tank player myself. And so we will start with that and kind of see how things go and how things play. But every time you load into a map, you should be able to identify what is your win condition, what is the enemy team's win condition, and how should we be quote-unquote optimally trying to play this game. So looking at your team, you have potentially two win conditions. So the main one would be all in. So when I say all in, I look at a lot of the times either the damage structure or the style in which the heroes like to play. So for example, Joanna can, as a tank, can be a wall tank or a pick tank. It's not really a pick because, you know, it's like your pick is, your entire engage is based off of Blessed Shield. And so if you use your Blessed Shield to secure a pick, that's fine. So it's like, but a lot of that means that you've now used your entire, 60 seconds of trying to engage on one kill. And that's usually not what you want. So teams that take Joanna tend to be a little bit more closer to what we would call all-in, where you're going to throw all of your buttons at the target, say it's like during that 60-second interval, and once you've done that, hopefully you get 2 or 3 kills, and that enables you to win the game. So from my perspective, your team looks all-in. You've got Blessed Shield, you've got Leap, you've got Light Bomb. Those are all in type of stuff where you kind of want to wombo combo on top of the enemy team. So the enemy team has a Nubarak and Dahaka. So a Nubarak tends to be pick or all in. Pick in the fact that his 3 stuns in his base kit means that he can actually get kills and kill things all by himself as long as he's got some damage. Cassia does bring some decent sustain / burst, especially since Cassia's AA build this game. But it doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be how we get kills. So just something to be aware of. So they could be playing pick, they could be playing all in. Them taking Zagara makes me feel like it's a mixture of all in and macro, which is kind of what I was saying, is that your team might have a secondary win condition. So based on what I see so far on Bird's build on Zeratul, he's looking to play the split pusher, ganker, macro late game as well. So both teams have a little bit of different avenues and venues in which they can fight and win, so you just want to make sure that you play towards your strength. And so since you guys are stronger at, hypothetically, split pushing and sieging and fighting when you have all of your ultimates up, we really don't want to be super duper fighting early, and so it's like without our ultimates. So kind of that same example right there, it's really hard to kill anything, right? Well done, top, getting a kill on the Dahaka there, Uga. So obviously, it's like we won't be able to kill a ton. Zeratul needs scaling. And then as much as Tychus can drill somebody really well, Tychus needs to be held. He needs the target to stand still, and Johanna doesn't do that. All right. I've yammered enough. Let's actually look at the game. So far you guys have kind of been playing this as a 1-3-1, which I actually really like. It enables a lot of rotations and a lot of abilities. They're a little bit stronger in their siege potential, right? Your wave clear is all in your Joe. So they took a lot of mid-damage, mid-structure on you guys, but we're making it work. So this objective's on our side. This is the one we want to fight for. This should be ours. We're up half a level in XP. We want to make sure that we're positioning to where we can fast channel if that's what we want to do. We see a Nubarak and them are down below. Trolls really shouldn't be guarding this particular bush. We'll see what happens and see if we get punished for it. Yeah, so you being in that bush up there isn't terrible, right? But we couldn't stop the invade on the right. Popped our D. Looks like we're going to be okay. Hey, we got a kill. Did we get a kill there because the Nubarak overextended, or did we do something amazing? Let's quickly take a look. So this is what I mean by this is potentially not the right bush. So Uga found 2 of them here, right? We saw on the mini-map just a second ago that a Nubarak was here. So if you had to protect your team that's trying to quick channel the objective, so it's like being in this bush doesn't secure that. You're out of vision here, which is good, because that's the whole idea of a tank, is you want to be doing hide and seek. You want to not let them know where you are, but you want to be able to see where they are all the time. So we know they're here. So being here will only stop Dahaka, but Dahaka isn't necessarily the threat we're worried about. We're worried about the Anubarak. So, right, and we just checked the bush again and found 2 more were here. So we need to be making a decision as a team. Are we channeling this objective, or are we fighting? Right? Like, that should be identified. And based on where we're standing, this makes me feel like we're trying to quick cap the objective by having the tank peel in the one zone, having the bruiser peel in the other zone, and having, like, the Anduin channel. And if they push in, Mac's going to drill them. Right? So we're kind of in this line. Like, look how far away everybody is from helping one another. Okay, so now we're posturing instead to fight them if they come to our side, right? Look how we're postured. We're saying, please channel the objective, fight us, right? Because Bird's got the flank, and you guys are nice crescent shape. Yeah, we shouldn't pile here, though. We're going to get punished for that, right? As soon as we stood together, we end up getting engaged on. Okay. So Sonya's doing her best to live, and then Bird and Mac have very good target focus. Well done. So we killed the Anubarak because pretty much Anubarak has a rule. If you E in, either you die or the target you used your E on dies. We got our pick. We're able to secure the objective. Well done. They really shouldn't be trying to fight you on your side of the objective anyway, unless they have a huge advantage. It's just hard, right? You're going to be able to defend and do stuff on your side of the objective that they can't. So based on this rate, we're going to be first to 10s, which is good. One thing that they do have that we don't have, since we're not taking Void Prison, they actually have better boss control than we do. So that's something that we have to watch out for, is that if they decide to play for boss or anytime we go to fight at boss, they do have a Maw, and so that might create a problem for us for boss invades. So, okay, we have 10s first. It'd be nice to use the 10s. They're definitely here on the bottom lane. We don't really have a chance. That's okay. So this is their side, their objective, and they have Dahaka Global. So unless they give you a very clear fight, this may not be where we want to take a strong fight. That's unfortunate. We could have had numbers up based on where that position was. But Dahaka can dig in anytime we want. So that's a lot of damage on the Anub. That comes out. Oh my gosh, what a mess. I can't believe... Okay, where was that light bomb earlier? Okay. What a freaking chaotic mess that was. Okay. So once again, use the same problem we had up here, right? This is their side, their objective. So if they do the same thing to us, right? Crescent shape, waiting for us to engage. As soon as we engage, we're the ones that has to worry about backing, worry about positioning, all that jazz. We're doing the exact same thing to them. So if we're playing for a pick, right? Like an all-in, right? So we're looking for a clump to shield, a clump to hit with the leap, and then a light bomb to secure the kills as Tychus drills whoever the closest target is in the front. And then Zera can do Zera things and jump on the back and burst somebody or secure the kill and blink away. Right? So if that's what we're looking for, where's our engage? So we've now taken control of the bush, right? Sonya's on the way. Dahaka can dig in at any time. So right here, right, they saw Anduin step up and they want to engage. So they're trying to engage on Anduin. Obviously, this Anubarak is too far forward, is getting absolutely drilled after the Anduin route. So if we're looking to engage here, there needs to be a shield. We can't shield until Sonya's here. So potentially we can play poke, like we can poke a little bit longer, but as soon as we step up past the midway here on their side, this is an advantage that they're going to have because Dahaka can dig in here or here or here and cut us off. So Dahaka did come in from the back, and then they didn't sink their stuff, right? This Maw hits no one. Bird's trying to get Anduin out, right? And then Shield comes out now, right? So Shield is more of a, holy crap, stun them, they're in a huge pile type of stun, right? Not that it's a bad stun, just this isn't a like, okay, everyone coordinated, let's attack and pick this guy, right? So it's like the Shield's on Cassia, not on, you know, Rhaegar who has Ancestral or trying to stop the pick. It's just, there's a huge pile, throw a shield. So we threw a shield. There's, again, 4 people in a Sonya crater. I just don't know if Anduin is able to even throw Light Bomb fast enough. Like, everyone's dying. Right? Like, Anduin's like, I need to heal Magmech. I need to heal Trolls. I need to throw Light Bomb. He can't do it all. Right? This is all because we didn't wait to work together. So we get the pull out to save the first person. Okay. We get our legendary 4-man queue, which never happens. You don't actually need to complete this to be a good talent, but never happens. It happened, because look at that pile. Imagine if Light Bomb was there, and then Desperate Prayers used to heal. Ooga's still in there, and now Light Bomb comes out way too late to do anything. Like, we pretty much just need to walk away. We're lucky we got our lives. Nope. We're going to give him 2 kills. Okay. So, hopefully you can see there how patience would have been huge if we could have waited 5 more seconds for Sonya to be able to rotate down from middle to here, and that Light Bomb pile, goodness gracious, that's everyone on their team just dies. But instead, we didn't overlap our abilities on our all-in, and we end up almost losing 3, and they still get the objective because it's on their side of the map. So, okay, Uga doesn't die. Alright, hopefully that's helpful, because that one to me should have been a... Those clumps there scream exactly what your win condition is, and we weren't able to do anything with it. So, that's okay. So, 2 of 3 seeds. Map is fairly even at the moment. They have a little bit more wall damage, but we got a lot of damage top, because Dahaka didn't clear it. He dug early to make sure that we won. I do agree that we should be doing boss here, especially since Dahaka is showing top. They're most likely on their top boss. Good job for warding their trolls. I do think that you've been there long enough. Like, they've been off the screen long enough that I think that you could have tapped out and traded and gotten some health, right? Or had Anduin stand up here, right? So you can trade off some health. Because it, like, you have shield to stop them from getting in, but just like now we won't be able to push with this because everybody's so low. So unless they have taps, maybe it'll be okay. So... Okay, we're not going to push with it anyway because the objective's up. So 3 of 3, neutral objective. We want to make sure we're healthy, make sure we're ready. Everyone's getting topped off. Okay, good bush check. Good job. We checked both bushes, so now we know where they are. We know Nubrak's sitting right here. Yep. Free stun, that's okay. They didn't follow up on it. Alright. Okay. Zera's finding a late rotating Zagara. So... I don't know why you're not full health, Bird, or at least healthier. Right? Like, if you didn't have tap or whatever after the boss, you should have just went home and TP'd. Right? Like, you should be at healthier than this, because this should be a 1v1 where you don't call for help, you just say, oh, I found Zagara, I'm killing her. Right? I know you're not 16 yet to where you're, like, uber overpowered, but, like, you shouldn't be calling, I need help. This is, hey, I found Zagara, I'm killing her. Which you do kill her, but now look. Like, they got the objective. Oh, they didn't. Wow, we did poke it out. Okay, let me go back. I was too focused on Bird. Didn't watch what happened. I saw another Light Bomb not connect. So, let's see. Okay. This is where we were. Okay, watching Joe. Joe's going to check the bush again. Okay. I see Odin's up. Light Bomb goes out. Okay, you guys got to communicate this a little bit better. Like, I think that was a good Light Bomb. I think you just needed to run at them. Right? Like, if we're going to be Light Bombing tanks, just making sure Anduin's calling Light Bomb, or Joe or Sonya, someone on the team is calling for a Light Bomb. Whatever your wall-in wombo plan is, we need to be communicating that. Because I don't see why Joe couldn't just shield right there. Like, I know they end up getting a cocoon. Right? Like, cocoon comes out pretty quickly after this. But, like, if you're ready to go in, right? Like, Dahaka sure isn't the best target. But, like, if you see, right there, there's 4 players. Right? 4 players. That's our goal. Wombo combo. So if you walk in and you see 4 players, this should be pop D trolls, run in with your W charging, right? DW, running in, shielding, and everyone on their team dies. Sonya's got a leap. Light Bomb follows up behind you. Like, we should be able to at least get 1 kill, even if Zera's over here soloing Zagara. But instead, right, like, we're backing up, which I don't know what the team's comms were, but, like, this looks like a great engage for Joe, especially if Uga's already there. And so, look, like, again, they said, you guys are on the same page, like, Penguin is there, and then it's like, no, I don't want to fight this. So we end up losing that. The Cocoon comes out super late to try and stop Anduin from healing, I guess. This Anubrak's way too focused on stopping Anduin heals. But this isn't Bowser King's review. So you guys are 5v4, you win this. Just play smart. So we got our free kill from Bird. Alright. There we go. We got our fort. They're going to get our fort most likely. So everything's literally evened up, and we're a little bit on an XP. Well done. Okay, so next objective is going to be, that was neutral, right? So that was neutral. It was 2 of 4, so it's going to be random. Okay, so it's either going to be, because it was just top. So it should be. So there's a pattern. Sorry, I'm sorry for stalling for so long on that. So there's a pattern on how the objectives work. So the objectives always go in a oscillating pattern, and then they go back the other way. And then sometimes there's like 3 lanes. So if you want a full detailed breakdown, I can send you the video for it. But more or less, this objective is 1 lane. This objective is the middle lane, and this objective is the right lane. So the objective cannot spawn in the same lane. So it's like without going on opposite sides. So what will end up happening, if you remember, the very first objective was bottom left here. So then the next objective must go top, which went to top left. Then since it's been at position 1 and position 2, the only position left is position 3, which is here. So that's how it got there. Then the next position, it cannot be one of those 3, but it has to flip sides. So it means it's going to be top. So it ended up being top neutral, right? Because it was favored, so top neutral. So now the objective, hypothetically, should come here, bottom left. But it doesn't have to. It just has to go left side since there's 2 left side choices. So it looks like it's going to be spawning up here, but my guess would be that it would have been here. So the whole reason I did that was, you know, the objective is going to be on the left side. So you want to make sure that you have any of your camps pushed out, any of your things ready, so that way when the objective spawns, you're able to be there. It's advantageous to you. Setting up and getting there early can be huge. Since it's on your side early, you also can look for potentially a pick if someone's out of position. Bird can get some really big, deep flanks if needed be, or be your extra scouter. Right? So now being here, like, you see the difference, trolls, in that where you were before? The first time when you knew they were coming from here versus this time we didn't know where they were coming from and how advantageous this bush was. This being here in the bush is 10 times better than the last time when you knew they were coming from here, because you couldn't do anything as the tank if they're coming up from here, or if a Nubrak digs under from over here, versus here you're actually able to be part of that wall as you're playing hide and seek. So Dahaka again is bottom, so he can dig and global. So since we know they have a global, you can see he chose here. But since we know that that's the only way that they know how they can engage is with a global, you can position where you want to fight. So we don't want to fight near the bushes if we don't have to. And so the fact that Trolls is the only one in the bush here means that no one else can get tongued, but that means also that Trolls is now isolated. So this can be a very fast 5v1, and even through Joe's D unstoppable, she can still die. So she might need to be really careful here to not lose unstoppable. Hey, there we go. Now we landed our cool little wombo. Maw got used. Shield came out a little late. Bird's in the back line. Ancestral comes out. Still very chaotic from our own team there. Oh man. Okay. I'll give you credit. At least we tried. So this one here is 100% just the team not being is engaging too far apart from one another. Okay. So if we want to fight, right? Like I see Birds channeling. Okay? If we want to fight, engage now. There's 2 of the 3 squishies right there. let's engage, right? Like, you've got your all-in. Your goal as an all-in tank is to hit at least 2 to 3 players with your ultimate so that everyone else can all-in on it. Especially if you see Cassia. Cassia is only strong if she's not stunned, right? A lot of her stuff, she ends up losing a lot of her survivability from her armor. And so if you can keep her stun locked and stop her from moving, she loses all of her strength and armor. So being able to, from this angle here, I would even be communicating with the team. I'm looking to go in. I'm looking to go in. And again, same thing. Shield the target you want to kill. Clump them up. Sonya Leap. Light Bomb. Even there. Right? All of these positions are good. But as soon as Dahaka comes and you have to blow D for full retreat, right? Like, you know, it's like it looked like even Uga was looking before that. But even here, this pile looks good. But we're like in full retreat mode. As Uga calls for Light Bomb. Like, Uga hits it. This is not a bad Light Bomb crater combo. But what damage is there? Bird's nowhere in range. Tygus is just now Odoing up, which isn't necessarily a wrong thing. Just, right, like, being able to Odin means there's no way to follow up on the pile from this range. So, this is a cool combo, and I'm glad you executed it. But now we have no follow-up, no damage. And so, the threat we did have has been isolated by the Maw. The shield comes and is trying to follow up, but it's late. And now we're playing 2 different fights. One's front to back, right? Tygus is front to back. And Zeratul is diving the back line. So our damage is so spread that we can't kill either one of them. Ancestral comes out, and then now that we've blown our load, we're all in, right? So now that we've done that, we can't actually get any kills. Our team's composition is not strong when we've used our all-in. So we have to back up and poke this out, which is not our strength. So, sadly, we missed it. That's a really good hook from Cassia there, and that'll end up being a triple kill. So we got the objective, but I don't know. It may not be very much value. Obviously, it's better than nothing. Oh, Mac trying to style over here. Maybe Zeratul can make it worth. Oh, Bird! Oh my gosh, you guys. So as funny as this is, like, you guys shouldn't be doing this. It actually is distracting them from potentially stopping your push. So, like, the bottom lane, like, the minions here are killing your minions, unfortunately. But, like, this curse here is going to be absolutely useless because we aren't, at the worst, catching the soak. Like, the objective on this map is not the primary win condition. The primary win condition on Cursed Hollow is boss. As funny as that sounds, most of the games that end on Cursed Hollow are because a boss is pushing, not because you got the curse. Like, curses will enable a lot of pushes, sure. But a curse is going to help you knock down buildings. It's going to help you get closer to the core, but usually a boss is what ends up winning the game. So, if we're going to be stealing this curse, right, like we stole it despite that we lost the team fight, we really need to make sure we're at least catching the XP. Because what's happening is all of the XP is dying so far away that we're actually going to be behind on XP despite getting the curse. And not just from hero kills. We're going to actually be behind on minion XP now. So we'll speed it up since everybody's dead. I forgot to be on Joe again. So, oh, maybe we'll have a fight here. Not quite sure why we fought there. Oh, the tongue. Yeah. Definitely really shouldn't be fighting there in that middle, but that's okay. So we're down 15-16s. Let's quickly look at XP just to make sure that I wasn't wrong. So if you look, we're down 4K on minion XP. And and almost all of that is going to be from, like I said, all the globes we couldn't pick up that are on, like, this side of the map that we could never get from the minion wave being so far pushed out. So, sure, we're behind on, kills, but that's not really where we're at. So, everything else is fairly even, right? Like, right now, it's mainly minions. So, we're down almost a level and a half from that. That and a couple hero kills. So as a team, we need to get 16s. We need to regroup. The next objective is going to be on their side. So you want to be talking about how do we answer, what do we do. They're using the new Brack Beetles to try and backdoor some buildings here, which is pretty risky. Obviously, it's safe until Joe's up. So, oh, that was a good look. Yep, you saw him, Joe. You saw them there. So now we got 16s. We have even talent tiers. We can, like, if they want to force the issue, we have no problem fighting because we have our Wombo, right? So, Bird effectively trying to poke. They could be on our boss. We need to check it. They're not on our boss. Okay. Okay, we know. Ooh, we're going to do the boss. 15 seconds. It's going to be tight. I guess if somehow you knew they were on their camp, it's okay. But that boss seems very risky to me because they should have been ready for that objective. Okay. So this time, I can already tell this is going to go 10 times better than the last time we were over here fighting on this spot. Because we were all together. Even if we can't stop this objective, we are at least all together. So, oh my gosh. Okay, so that's 2 in a maw. The leap plus the skewer managed to stop that. So we still have light bomb and we still have shield. So we still have this fight. Once we come out of here, we might be able to blow somebody up. Dahaka doing tons of work over here. Light bomb's good. Shield comes out. Oh, we got the kill. Probably gonna lose Uga. 1 for 1. Oh, a little late on the pull. So, the maw was good. The Dahaka's running rampant right now in your backline, and it's kind of part of your all-in problem. Like, the fact that you're all-inning so much forward means you have no one on the back. And Anduin pretty much just needs to save Root to peel for himself. And maybe Tychus. Because there's really not going to be anyone. There's no help coming. So that Dahaka is going to live in your backline all game. So we finally hit our power spike of 16. So we can clean up a lot of the structure damage. We should be able to save all the keeps. So both teams, more or less, have a somewhat wet noodle curse. They should be able to do some damage here to your building. Oh, they're invading your camp. What? Why? Why are they at your camp? Okay, if you have the curse, push with the curse. Just please, if you have a curse, push with the curse. Don't take a camp, because your camp. The camp is, yeah. Like, you're now 5 versus 5 again. Sure, it's 20 versus 18, but, like, you at least have a chance to slow this down compared to before they could have just pushed. There's your light bomb. There it is. Yes, see? You can do it. Well done. Okay, we all in, we got our kill, and we just clean up. I don't think there's anything left to chase. Someone needs to do... Okay, we're going to go boss. That's what we're doing. Okay. Alright, we're going to do boss. They don't have Maw, which is their boss tool, which is good. They do also have Cocoon, so that's something you have to watch out for. Oh, Dahaka just dug in. What? Okay, they're not near you, so I guess they gave. They're going to try and take a building instead. Way to push your advantage. I am glad that you guys did something with the kill that you got, and you tried to make it happen. So, that boss is more of a deny. Obviously, if it gets a building, that's great. But you guys are behind. You need 20s. And so, taking something off the map from them was great. Okay, we should get 20s here. Looking for soak on all the points of the map. We've got 1 camp up. We can do the camp when we have time. So, objective is our side, and it's neutral. Honestly, this game is pretty even outside of this one building here that's still left. Right? Sure, our buildings are a little weaker, but, like, we're 20 versus 20s. First objective's on our side. Everything's kind of coming up on our side of the town here. It's looking good. I like where we're positioned. I like that we have our combo ready, right? Like, I know normally you don't want to have everybody in the same bush, but this is okay because we're looking to combo, right? If you really wanted to be, like, expert levels of ready, like, technically you could probably put Sonya over here. right? And then the only thing you have to watch out for is if you hear a dig, Anduin can throw a thing here, and then the team can decide to all in onto the Dahaka as he's, digging into your back line, or he can follow up here on this side. Just the one thing to be aware of, if you do both decide to go in on someone, just watch where your DPS is, because neither one of them are in range right now. So, Dahaka took that, so it looks like they're going to give, because it's on our side. Yep, so that means they're at our camp. Yep, good spot. Oh my gosh, Bird. He actually jumped on it. Okay, he wormholed back. I was like, Bird, don't do it. It's just a camp. But he had wormhole. It's okay. So, traded a seed for a camp. Honestly, that's pretty good. I think on our side of the map, like, they denied us a camp. Whoop-de-doo. It didn't really do much. Didn't get anything. So, we're pretty happy with that trade. I like that Bird, again, is looking for the flank on the back end. Oh, they're walking right at it. Okay, this is our chance. Again, they're going to come to the building. We want to get our wombo combo ready. If we can, I'm glad we killed the spell armor. I was like, if we can engage, let's make sure it's without the spell armor. Here it is. This is a good look. There it is. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Chaos. Wow. I'm not going to go back and look at that. Everybody hit their buttons. Everyone did their thing. The only thing that didn't happen is Joe's shield didn't come out. And I don't know if that's because of the isolation or some other stun. But Joe's shield needed to hit there. So whatever happened, let's make sure that we throw all of our buttons together. So that's my only critique, is Joe's shield didn't come out. Okay. Oh, Dahaka just dug. Yep, you can hear him. So if Dahaka just dug, okay, so again, we always have to ask, do we have our wombos, do we have our buttons ready? So we are short 4 seconds from Light Bomb Leap. So if we can, we want to make sure we have those before we engage too hard. Oh boy, we might not get a chance to slow this down. Shield came out, so shield was used for peel. Roots came out. Good shield. Bird's soloing someone over here. This is what Bird's supposed to do, especially if it's on the healer. It means there's no heals coming to the team. Well done. Bird executed the healer. Now it's time. Look at this pile. Leap Light Bomb. Let's go. Beautiful. Yep. Kill the Jack of All. Well done. Yep. Got joystick and Jack of All. Zerto's gonna die. It's gonna happen. You're not. They don't really care about you, Bird. Taking boss. Taking boss here is okay, because we sent Sonya home, but then we didn't save the building. Like, this is one of those weird catch-22s. You have 3 of them dead, right? And you want to do something that gets you the most value immediately. And so taking a boss is good because it can help push in the lane that's already weak. And the curse is already near you. Like, I think boss is correct. Part of me originally wanted to say, go knock down this building. But, honestly, like, you had Sonya go home. The curse is about to spawn down here. I think this is fine. As long as we're healthy enough to fight for the curse. I just don't like how low this is with, So, they luckily didn't contest. But if they were going to contest there, you could have ran into some issues. Alright, we have everyone healthy. And we're not going to push with the boss. We're fighting at their boss. Fighting at their boss. Okay. Good call. Whoever's watching the timers, good job. Good call. Okay. So 5v5 at their boss. They can't. They have to do with bottom boss. That means we get to take their boss. Well done. Alright. Okay. So again, we don't know where they are. So we're pinging for danger. Bird's starting to look forward. Again, objective is our side. So this is everything is coming up on our side. This is where we want to be. This is probably a game-winning push, a game-winning fight coming up. Uga looks to be a little ahead. I would not expect him to be the one rotating first through those bushes. Let's hurry up and get back down to that spot. Okay. So again, we just got the boss. We know that they're coming from the bottom side. We have no vision. Okay, so right here, Uga's ahead. You literally see the Anubrak. Oh, it's because they're trying to quick channel it. Yeah, we took too long to come down here, so now they're going to try and quick channel. That's why they're pushing so much pressure here in the corner. So, okay, well, let's see what happens. We leapt out because we were scared. I know that's like 99% what you want to do, Uga. But like, try and work with your Anduin to make sure that Anduin can just pull you instead of using your leap out. Like, I don't mind it. Like, I totally 100% know what you mean. Like, oh crap, I'm going to die. I'm jumping out. But, like, have faith in your Anduin to also pull you out. So, we traded effectively boss for objective. It doesn't feel good, but I think it's okay. Like, the whole map is going to be in our favor. We just need to do something with it, right? They're answering top boss. Again, boss is probably going to get real close. It's not going to get the keep. So, we take vision control. Alright, 3 of 3 game-winning curse now on their side. Not really super favorable, but there is some good chokes here. Like, we can find maybe some good chokes here or good chokes here for our Wombo. And then Zeratul also can potentially use the terrain to, like, jump from here to here to get to the back line. So, we'll see what we do. Okay, we know they're there. They just took the spell armor. Okay, we found them. We're backing up. Okay. Found them again. I like that Odin is being called early this time. This is 100% correct. Right? The other Odin timings have been a little hit or miss as far as availability, but I 100% agree with this one. That's what you want to be doing. So, yep, let's keep poking them out with the Odin. You found them again. Yep. Who did we jump on? Cassia? Maybe? Okay, Bird did. I'm like, if Bird doesn't jump over here, it's not going to work. But, okay. Uga's trying to live. Well done to pop all your buttons. Good save. Hey, we got our pick. We got our kill. Sonya's in the thing. We don't really care. Good job. Good shields. This fight's kind of split in two, but we're going to get both of our kills. Alright, GG. That should be game. Yeah. Sonya needs to go home, make sure that we get it. Everyone else should be pushing for core. Sonya doesn't have to spend too much longer there. Whoever called breaking down this wall and going this way, well done. Well, 100% that is correct. You don't want to be wasting your time. You want to be hitting that core while they're 3 dead. Okay, so when we're fighting for core, we need to position correctly. Right now, this building is turned off, so everywhere is safe. Right? So we want to make sure that we're fighting in safe spaces. Like, definitely Mac is not our, like, core damage person. Zeratul is. But we still want to be able to hit the core and do damage on it. Okay, Sonya gets here and it's all picked up. Yeah. So, well done. Okay, GG. I like it. Just remember, when we're fighting and defending on the cores, that we want to be positioning to where we can peel for our DPS, or making sure that the DPS that are our main core damage dealers are actually able to get hit on core. So, way to stick with it. Definitely some of your combos were sloppy early, but they landed late, and then we scaled late game enough to where effectively Bird and Sonya, like within a leap and a blink, could pretty much one-shot anyone on their team. So, looked good. Good job. I'll quickly look at builds, Anduin stuff, Pierce Light. Like it's fine. I don't know if I like this one. I guess if you took the heal for the heal part, I guess it's okay. So in general, you get, like, you want to use your Leap of Faith should be used as a cleanse and as a, like, you know, it's like as the save tool. And it's like, so sometimes when you're using the save tool, you know, they may not need heal. You may be using it just for the cleanse. But overall, I think it worked out fine here. I usually like Speed to the Pious just because you get bonus movement speed, and then each allied hero reduces the cooldown. So you effectively are always having, you know, movement speed on yourself, as well as more heals being cast out, AoE to the team, versus more single target healing. So either way, it's fine. I think that looked up fine. Joe builds. Okay. So I 100% don't like Roar here. So Roar in general tends to be less damage mathematically than Blessed Hammer. So Blessed Hammer is just flat out free damage and doesn't cost mana. So you get an activatable poke and you get bonus damage that you can hold down. Like I think Cavalier Guest was joking that the best way to push this button would be if you could somehow tape down that button for casting hammers, because you will miss hammer casts with all of the flashlights and things that you're casting. Like you went all of the other flashlight talents that would be using all the generation of that stuff, and then you didn't take hammers. So if you're used to playing Roar just because you pick shield, 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 I would highly encourage doing hammers. Hammer also gives you that extra poke on the objective and also vision control, so you don't have to use your flashlight. I also would recommend, like, the reduction of healing here, 35% reduction. I think what typically is said, if it's not 40% or more, it typically doesn't do enough to stop a kill from happening. So I would have to go back and look if you saw in here that your Q somehow made the difference for an Ancestral saving someone or not. But from what I saw, if you killed them, you killed them. Like, the amount of reduction in the Ancestral didn't change anything. So a lot of Joes will typically take Conviction, just because you flat out move 10% faster. Mounted, unmounted, doesn't matter. You go 10% faster. Then, when you W, you speed up even more. So it helps you with your engages. Like I was talking about a couple times earlier up here, where you couldn't really reach anybody, or like you were running in, like I encouraged you to run in. It's because I thought you had the movement speed talent. So from like this bush here, if you move in, you can easily cover that ground to be able to pull them all in for your wombo. So I would highly encourage playing with this talent. This really is only used for, like, you know, it's supposed to be saves, like you mentioned, but it just sometimes it doesn't do enough. Like the healing, yeah. I can be argued either way, but this one tends to be more helpful for your hero, more playmaking, more availability, versus the one time you reduced an Ancestral heal. Like like in 35% of Ancestral heal, what? At level 20, his heal is doing 2,911 health. So you reduced it by 30%. 10% is 200, so you reduced it by 600. That's still over 1,500 healing. So you're, you know, the main thing is they get healed. It's not like you're shutting it down. So just something to think about. And then look at Tychus. Tychus went Grenade, Master Assassin because we're Odin, and Grenade. Yep, that's fine. And then Zera went the Seeker in the Dark, solo kill build. Yeah. Bird, you might want to look up what Cure and others do. So this is kind of like the meme flashy build. In general, you want to be taking Wormhole into like good teams, because then this allows you to go back. Like, I understand you can like use this as your teleport as well, but then like using it also is part of your damage. So you might get in a bind where like you're forcing, you know, to go in and do more damage versus being able to truly blink and return without any punishments. So look up what Cure does on Zeratul. It's usually not this. This is like, I don't know, it's pretty memey. So, obviously Mending Strikes, and then 16 is supposed to be Master Warpblade, because this heals you. So this heals you. Right? Like, so every time you heal here, you heal here. Right? Like, that's just flat out more damage. This one here, you do 25% damage to while they are marked or slowed. So, like, you do 25% more damage, or every third auto attack just crits like a truck, and then you heal from it. And then here, oh my gosh, no. Here you're supposed to take Shadow Mending to where spell damage heals you. Like, that's what makes you such an unkillable menace. You really need to... I will send you a cure video of how to play Zeratul. Like, you did all of the movements and all of the flashy things. You will be such a more destructive monster with the right talents. Like, you will be healing, and you won't have to ever leave. Like, they'll be jumping all over you, and you can blink back and forth, and Whirlpool Blade, and reset with all of your stuff. It's absolutely disgusting, and to the point where you can end the game by yourself on core with the talents I told you, with the healing, Shadow Mending here, with the bonus damage here to get more heals. Like, yeah, way better. So, alright. Well, and then, oh, I didn't look at Sonya. I think Sonya did fine. Block, sure. I think you could have went W build here, but block's fine into Cassia. Yeah, Fury's fine. Again, I think you could have went full W build just to help with your push and your clear. They have so many melee bodies, you'd be just splashing all day. Poison Spear for your one-shot, leap. You have to take movement speed, and then all your survivability talents. Yep, I think that's fine. So, cool. Well, great game. Good suggestion. Hopefully I learned a lot. I think the two things I would take away from this is play to your win condition. If you're playing all in, call the all-ins and execute. The ones you did, you clearly won. The ones where you staggered how you landed it, you didn't get net kills, and then you had nothing left, and so you fell apart. And then the second big thing would be to make sure that you guys are able to fight on even terms. So if we're going to have Zeratul running around killing things in the back, that's fine. Just make sure that we're able to support our team and wait for our engages until our DPS is in range. All right, that's Rock. Have a good one.